Hello everybody, Don't Cliche here. Welcome to another episode of Don't Disney Movie Reviews. What can you say about Disney during the late 1980s? At the beginning of that decade, they entered their second dark age, where they have yet to get back on their feet after Walt's death in 1966. In 1988, they released Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was a big success both critically and financially. Later that same year, they released Oliver and Company, which was pretty successful but got mixed reviews from critics, but was outgrossed by Don Bluth's The Land Before Time. So at that point, just like before releasing Snow White and Cinderella, they needed another fairy tale adaptation to help them, and that's what I'm reviewing this week. Released on November 17th, 1989, the movie is The Little Mermaid. The movie opens on the Atlantic Ocean, where on a ship, the crew's singing a song called Fathoms Below.
I'll tell you a tale of the bottomless blue, and it's hey to the starboard heave-ho. Look out, Madam Mermaid, be waiting for you in mysterious fathoms below.
Isn't this great? The salty sea air, the wind blowing in your face. Perfect day to be at sea.
Oh, yeah. Delightful.
Prince Eric, voiced by Christopher Daniel Barnes, is told by some of the crew about King Triton, the ruler of the Mer people. But Eric's steward, Grimsby, voiced by the late Ben Wright, says it's all nautical nonsense.
But it ain't nonsense, it's the truth. I'm telling you, down in the depths of the ocean, they live.
In mysterious fathoms below.
We then go underwater during the opening credits, and the Mer people of Atlantica gather inside the castle for a concert.
His Royal Highness King Triton! And presenting the distinguished court composer, Horatio Thelonious Ignatius Crustaceous Sebastian!
The concert then begins, and we're introduced to King Triton's 6 oldest daughters.
We are the daughters of Triton, great father who loves us and named us well. Aquata and Trina, Arista, Tina, Adela, Alana. And then there is the youngest in her musical debut, our 7th little sister. We're presenting her to you. To sing a song Sebastian wrote, her voice is like a bell. She's our sister, Ariel.
Ariel?
Meanwhile, Ariel, voiced by Jodie Benson, is exploring the inside of a sunken ship with her best friend Flounder, voiced by Jason Marin.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen anything so wonderful in your entire life?
Wow, cool!
But, what is it? I don't know, but I bet Scuttle will.
What was that?
Did you hear something? I wonder what this one is.
Ariel?
Flounder, will you relax? Nothing is going to happen.
Suddenly, they get chased by a shark. After trapping the shark, they visit a seagull named Scuttle, voiced by the late Buddy Hackett, on the surface. Ariel shows Scuttle the thing she found on the ship, like a fork, which Scuttle says is called a dingle hopper.
Humans use these little babies to straighten their hair out. See, just a little twirl here and a yank there, and boy, oh, like, yeah, I got an aesthetically pleasing configuration of hair that humans go nuts over.
A dingle hopper.
He then checks out the pipe and says it's called a snarfblat.
Oh.
Now, the snarfblat dates back to prehistorical times when humans used to sit around and stare at each other all day. Got very boring. So, they invented this snarfblat to make fine music. Allow me.
Music.
It's stuff.
Oh, the concert. Oh, my gosh, my father's gonna kill me.
Concert was today?
Maybe you can make a little planner out of it or something.
I'm sorry. I've gotta go. Thank you, Scuttle.
Anytime, sweetie.
Ariel and Flounder then swim home and are being watched by the sea witch Ursula, voiced by the late Pat Carroll.
Oh, bah! In my day, we had fantastical feasts when I lived in the palace. And now look at me, wasted away to practically nothing. Banished and exiled and practically starving, while he and his flimsy fish folks celebrate. Well, I'll give 'em something to celebrate soon enough. Flotsam, Jetsam! I want you to keep an extra close watch on this pretty little daughter of his. She may be the key to Triton's undoing.
At the castle, King Triton and Sebastian, voiced by the late Kenneth Mars and the late Samuel E. Wright respectively, are not happy with Ariel for not being at the concert.
This concert was to be the pinnacle of my distinguished career. Now, thanks to you, I am the laughingstock of the entire kingdom.
Flounder then comes in and tells the story about what happened and brings up Scuttle the seagull.
Seagull? What? Oh, you went up to the surface again, didn't you? Didn't you?
Nothing happened.
Oh, Ariel, how many times must we go through this? You could have been seen by one of those barbarians, by one of those humans.
Daddy, they're not barbarians.
They're dangerous. Do you think I want to see my youngest daughter snared by some fish-eater's hook?
I'm 16 years old. I'm not a child
Don't
anymore.
you take that tone of voice with me, young lady.
Well-
As long as you live under my ocean, you'll obey my rule.
But if you would just listen.
Not another word! And I am never to hear of you going to the surface again. Is that clear?
Teenagers. They think they know everything. You give them an inch, they swim all over you.
Do you think I was too hard on her?
Definitely not.
So Triton has Sebastian keep an eye on Ariel, and he follows her and Flounder to Ariel's secret grotto, where she keeps all the stuff that she's collected from sunken ships, and comes a song called Part of That World.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call 'em? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
After the song, Ariel sees a ship on the surface and swims up to see it.
Ariel, what are you? Don't be a jellyfish. Ariel! Ariel! Please, come back!
She watches the men on board the ship celebrating Eric's birthday and she falls in love with him. Grimsby then gives Eric a birthday present.
Ah, Grimsby. You old beanpole, you shouldn't have.
I know. Happy birthday, Eric.
Gee, Grim. It's really something.
Yes, I commissioned it myself. Of course, I had hoped it would be a wedding present.
Oh, come on, Grim. Don't start. Look, you're not still sore because I didn't fall for the Princess of Glowerhaven, are you?
Oh, Eric, it isn't me alone. The entire kingdom wants to see you happily settled down with the right girl.
Oh, she's out there somewhere. I just haven't found her yet.
Suddenly, the ship gets caught in a storm. Lightning strikes the sails, causing them to catch fire, and the ship crashes into some rocks, and everybody falls overboard.
Grim, hang on! Max! Jump, Max! Come on, boy, jump! You can do it, Max!
Eric manages to save Max, but he gets stuck on the ship. Ariel manages to take him to shore, and comes a reprise of part of that world, now called part of your world.
Where would we walk? Where would we run? If we could stay all day in the sun, just you and me, and I could be part of your world.
Ariel then hears Grimsby and Max coming. She goes back into the water, and Grimsby takes Eric home while Ariel sings the rest of the reprise on top of a rock.
I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. Watch and you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your
Oh, no. I can't stand it. It's too easy. The child is in love with a human. And not just any human. A prince. Her daddy'll love that.
Later, Ariel's wanting to see Eric again, but Sebastian tries to keep her to stay under the sea with a song called Under the Sea.
Ariel, listen to me. The human world, it's a mess. Life under the sea is better than anything they got up there. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around you. What more are you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they work all day. Out in the sun, they slave away. While they're devoting full time to floating under the sea.
During the song, Flounder shows up, tells Ariel about something, and they swim away. After the song, Trident Seahorse Harold, voiced by the late Will Ryan, tells Sebastian that Trident wants to see him, so Sebastian returns to the castle and enters the throne room.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Sebastian, I'm concerned about Ariel. Have you noticed she's been acting peculiar lately?
Peculiar?
You know, mooning about, daydreaming, singing to herself. You haven't noticed, hmm?
Oh, well,
Sebastian.
Bryden knows that Sebastian's keeping a secret from him, and he makes him tell it to him.
I tried to stop us. She wouldn't listen. I told her to stay away from humans. They are bad. They are trouble.
Humans? What about humans?
Humans? Who said anything about humans?
Ariel and Flounder return to Ariel's secret grotto, where Flounder shows her Eric's statue.
Flounder, you're the best. It looks just like him. It even has his eyes. Why, Eric, run away with you? This is all so sudden.
Bryden then shows up, and he's pissed at Ariel for saving Eric.
Daddy, I had to...
Contact between the human world and the mer world is strictly forbidden. Ariel, you know that. Everyone knows that.
He would have died.
One less human to worry about.
You don't even know him.
Know him? I don't have to know him. They're all the same. Spineless, savage, harpooning fish eaters. Incapable of any feeling.
Daddy, I love him!
No. Have you lost your senses completely? He's a human. You're a mermaid.
I don't care.
So help me, Ariel. I am going to get through to you. And if this is the only way, so be it.
He then destroys her stuff.
No! No! Daddy, stop! Daddy, stop! Daddy, no!
After that, Ursula's pet eels, Flotsam and Jetsam, both voiced by the late Patty Edwards, enter and tell Ariel that they know somebody who can help her.
Ursula has great powers.
The Sea Witch? Why, that's... I couldn't possibly. No! Get out of here! Leave me alone!
Suit yourself. That was only a suggestion.
Wait.
Yes?
So Ariel follows Flotsam and Jetsam to Ursula's lair, and Flounder and Sebastian follow them.
This way.
Ariel enters, and Ursula tells her that to be with Eric, she has to become a human herself.
Can you do that?
My dear, sweet child, that's what I do. It's what I live for, to help unfortunate merfolk like yourself. Poor souls with no one else to turn to.
Now comes the villain song, Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, crying, "Spells, Ursula, please," and I help them. Yes, I do. Now it's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake 'em across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole, I've been a saint. to those poor unfortunate souls.
During the song, Ursula tells Ariel that she'll make her a potion that'll make her human for 3 days, and before the sun sets on the 3rd day, she has to get a kiss of true love from Eric and will be human forever.
But if he doesn't, you turn back into a mermaid, and you belong to me.
No, Ariel!
Have we got a deal?
If I become human, I'll never be with my father or sisters again.
That's right. But you'll have your man. Life's full of tough choices, isn't it?
Ursula then talks about a payment, and she wants Ariel to pay with her voice.
My voice?
You've got it, sweet cakes. No more talking, singing, zip.
But without my voice, how can I...
You'll have your looks, your pretty face. And don't underestimate the importance of body language.
The song then continues as Ursula creates the potion. Ariel signs a scroll, and Ursula has her sing, which allows her to pull Ariel's voice right out of her throat. Ariel then turns human, and Flounder and Sebastian take her up to the surface. Sebastian tries to go back to tell Triton about this, but Ariel convinces him not to, and he reluctantly agrees to help her find Eric.
Boy, what a soft shell I'm turning out to be.
Soon enough, Eric finds Ariel, and she's got a sail wrapped around her. Eric says she looks familiar, but since she can't talk, he doesn't think she's the one who rescued him.
What is it? You're hurt? No, you need help. Whoa, careful. Careful, easy. Gee, you must have really been through something. Don't worry, I'll help you. Come on, you'll be okay.
Eric then takes Ariel to the castle where she gets ready to dine with him.
Oh, Eric, isn't she a vision?
You look wonderful.
Come, you must be Spanish. Let me help you, my dear. There we go. That's better. Now, quite comfy? It's not often that we have such a lovely dinner guest, eh, Eric? Do you like it? It is rather fine.
Meanwhile, Sebastian ends up in the kitchen where Chef Louis, voiced by a deceased actor named Rene, but his last name I can't pronounce, sings a song called Les Poissons while cooking fish.
Les poissons, how I love les poissons. Love to chop and to serve little fish. First I cut off their heads and I pull out their bones. Ah mais oui, ça c'est toujours délice. Les poissons, with a cleaver I hack them in two. I pull out what's inside and I serve it outside. God, I love little fishes, don't you?
During the song, Louis finds Sebastian and tries to cook him.
What is this?
In the dining room, Grimsby suggests to Eric that he should take Ariel on a tour of the kingdom tomorrow.
It's not a bad idea, if she's interested. Well, what do you say? Would you like to join me on a tour of my kingdom tomorrow?
Wonderful.
So the next day, Eric takes Ariel on a tour of the kingdom and they have a great time.
Yo, Flounder, any kissing?
No, not yet.
Well, they better get cracking.
Later that night, they go rowing in a rowboat on a lagoon, and comes the song Kiss the Girl.
Now's your moment, floating in a blue lagoon. Boy, you better do it soon, no time will be better. She don't say a word, and she won't say a word until you kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be scared, you gotta move your head, go on and kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't stop now, don't try to hide it how you wanna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, float along and listen to the song, kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, the music play, do what the music say, you gotta kiss the girl.
They're about to kiss, but then Flotsam and Jetsam tip them over, and Ursula sees how close it was.
The little tramp! Oh, she's better than I thought. At this rate, he'll be kissing her by sunset for sure. Well, it's time Ursula took matters into her own tentacles. Triton's daughter will be mine. And then I'll make him writhe. I'll see him wriggle like a worm on a hook.
Later, while Eric's sitting on a balcony, Ursula in human form, using Ariel's voice, shows up and hypnotizes Eric. The next morning, Scuttle enters Ariel's room and tells her and Sebastian about Eric getting married.
You silly sidewalker. I just wanted to wish you luck. I'll catch you later. I wouldn't miss it.
Ariel rushes downstairs and sees Eric with Ursula as a human.
Mystery maiden of yours does, in fact, exist. And she is lovely. Congratulations, my dear.
We wish to be married as soon as possible.
Oh, yes, of course, Eric, but these things do take time, you know.
This afternoon, Grimsby. The wedding ship departs at sunset.
Oh, very well, Eric. As you wish.
Later, the wedding ship departs. Scuttle peeks into a room and sees that Ursula's disguised as a human and flies off to tell Ariel.
Ariel, I was flying. Of course I was flying. I saw the watch. The witch was watching the mirror, and she was singing with a stolen set of pipes. Do you hear what I'm telling you? The prince is marrying the sea witch in disguise.
Are you sure about this?
Have I ever been wrong? I mean, when it's important.
What are we gonna do?
Before the sun sets on the third day.
Ariel and Flounder go after the ship. Sebastian goes to tell Triton and has Scuttle stall the wedding.
Yes. Do you, Eric, take Vanessa to be your lawfully wedded wife for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And do you? Then, by the power
Get away from me, you
vested in
slimy little... Oh, why, you
Ariel gets her voice back. However, the sun sets, Ariel turns back into a mermaid, and Ursula takes her back into the ocean where she's confronted by Triton.
Why, King Triton? How are you?
Let her go.
Not a chance, Triton. She's mine now. We made a deal.
Daddy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know.
You see? The contract's legal, binding, and completely unbreakable, even for you.
Ursula then tells Triton that she'll make a deal with him.
The daughter of the great Sea King is a very precious commodity. But I might be willing to make an exchange for someone even better.
So Triton signs his Triton over to Ursula for Ariel's life.
It's done then!
Oh, no!
Your Majesty.
Daddy?
At last.
No.
It's mine.
You monster!
Don't fool with me, you little brat!
Eric then arrives, and Flotsam and Jetsam grab him, but then Ariel makes Ursula kill them with the Triton.
Babies! My poor little poopsies.
Ursula then makes herself giant and creates a whirlpool, which makes some sunken ships float to the surface. Eric boards one of them and uses it to stab Ursula, and thus killing her. Afterwards, Triton sees how much Ariel loves Eric, so he decides to let her be human and marry him. Later on a ship, Ariel and Eric get married. Ariel says goodbye to her father and friends, and comes the finale version of Part of Your World.
Now we can walk, now we can run, now we can stay all day in the sun. Just you and me, and I can be
And that was The Little Mermaid. My thoughts? It's really good. On a budget of $40 million, the movie grossed $84.4 million domestically. Then after its re-release in 1997, its lifetime gross went up to $235 million and got great reviews from critics. It even won 2 Oscars for Best Original Score and Best Original Song for Under the Sea, making this the first animated Disney feature to win both musical categories at the Oscars since Pinocchio. Now let's move on to the production of the film. After the success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937, Walt planned to create a project that would have been an anthology film consisting of Hans Christian Andersen stories. But it never came to be. In the mid-1980s, Ron Clements, who was working as a director on The Great Mouse Detective at the time with John Musker, searched through a bookstore and found a book of The Little Mermaid. So he wrote and presented a 2-page treatment of the story to the chief of Walt Disney Studios, Jeffrey Katzenberg, at the Gong Show. But he rejected it since Disney had already made a mermaid movie with Splash, which they were planning a sequel for, and thought that The Little Mermaid would be too similar. But then a day later, Katzenberg approved it along with Oliver and Company as a possible development idea. During the production of the movie, the staff found some of Kai Nielsen's original visual artwork for the canceled Hans Christian Andersen project. Clements and Musker would go on to expand the 2-page treatment into a rough script. In 1987, songwriter Howard Ashman, who wrote the play Little Shop of Horrors, came into the studio and got involved with the writing and development. He proposed that they should change an English butler crab named Clarence into a Jamaican crab named Sebastian, and that the music style should shift throughout the movie to reflect it. When designing Ariel, they were trying to think about what color her hair should be. The most popular choice was blonde, but since Splash already did that, they had to pick another color. So they went with red because it complements Ariel's green fins well. For Ursula, they thought about making her a part lionfish or scorpionfish, but then Matt O'Callahan came up with the idea of making her an octopus. They also brought in Divine for inspiration. For the voices, B. Arthur was the original choice for Ursula, but then she turned it down. After going through a bunch of other actresses, they decided to go with Pat Carroll. For the animation, this movie was the first Disney animated feature since Fantasia that needed a lot of special effects for the underwater setting. Before releasing the movie, the staff showed some school kids a presentation of the movie in storyboard form. During the Part of Your World scene, the kids got restless and Katzenberg thought that they should remove it. However, the song then got animated and then it was approved and stayed in the film. And now it's time for me to give my opinion on the film. In the end, for starting the Disney Renaissance, The Little Mermaid is really good. I especially love Jodie Benson's performance as Ariel. I give this movie 4 stars out of 5. Well, that's it for The Little Mermaid. Be sure to join next week when I'll be reviewing the television Disney film about a very famous child actress / singer born in 1928 and passed away in 2014. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to tell your friends about me, leave some questions in the comments below, subscribe, and hit that like button.
Under the sea, darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they work all day. Out in the sun, they slave away. While we're devoting full time to floating under the sea. Down here, all the fish is happy as off through the waves they roll. The fish on the land ain't happy. They sad 'cause they in the bowl. But fish in the bowl is lucky. They in